Hello. I remembered I can go live on YouTube rather than via StreamYard. StreamYard is useful if you need to, I don't know, go live when you've got guests, but I realised last year at some point that I could go live on YouTube via YouTube and then forgot again because my brain is trash. My memory is useless these days. I just thought I'd do a quick... I don't know why I'm bothering to use the word quick, because am I ever able to be quick for a live chat? Let's just get some light going, because it's starting to... what's the time? 3:30. It's starting to get a little sun's getting... That's the light going back on. Sun's getting real low. So yeah, come on, stay. Hello, Jamie. Hello. Happy day, is it? Yeah, I know, Shauna. Quick, me with anything when it comes to videos, at least. Anyway, oh god, my neck. I've pulled my neck. That was Friday night. It's a little looser today, but it's still a little thing. Hi, Scott. Lovely to see you. Anyway, let's see if my tea is drinkable. Fairly. Not too hot. I've just come off the back of filming a couple of videos. I know, right? Who is she? I've just come off the back of filming a couple of videos. I did some deck walkthroughs of... I've received in the last... I got 2 decks arriving yesterday. 2 decks arrived yesterday. So since last Sunday, I have received 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 decks into my collection. And you remember when I said in either my live chat, my last live chat, or my video that went up on Friday evening, the pre-recorded one about 10 decks I want to work with this year, I talked about how I've been going on over a more scenic, situational pip card deck thing, because I'm feeling very sort of squidgy and vulnerable and tender, and I feel like I need some more information. And I've just had I just picked up a message on the Instas, a DM from someone very kindly willing to do a trade for a couple of other decks that I had mentioned in one of my live chats, and I'm very tempted, but I'm already feeling a little overwhelmed, and there's already a couple of other decks that I really, really want. My birthday's next. No, my birthday's not next week. My birthday is very soon, and it doesn't matter when it is. My birthday is soon, and I've also been contemplating what other decks to get as birthday presents to myself, or with the birthday money and Christmas money that I've received. So it's all gotten a bit chilly here. I was really, really warm. I had the window open, the sun was blazing in here, and now it's all gone a bit chilly. So I've got a cup of tea, I've got my cardi on. There's a few people in here. Linda, hello. Linda says good morning. And Pamela, hello, Pamela. Coffee and breakfast here, and then I have to rescue a bird that has fallen into our... Oh, is that meant to be our wood stovepipe? Oh no, is that as in the bird is still alive? Or is it dead? Uh-oh, poor birdie. Goodness me, that's a bit stressful. But yeah, so 3 decks. Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot came last Sunday, and then yesterday I received the Tattoo Tarot, Ink and Intuition, and Le Tarot Interdit Vampire, which is a French deck, which was recommended to me by Joey Luna. I hadn't even heard of this deck until last Sunday's live chat, and I looked it up after the live chat and went, oh hell yes, press buy. It was £10. Oh, it's saying my connection is unstable, please wait while we try reconnecting. Bloody typical. My internet's been fine all day. I go live and it just shits the bed. Waking up to snow this morning in North Carolina. Wow. The bird is fine, says Jamie. Okay, that's good. Do you know what kind of bird it is? Is it a big bird, a little bird, medium-sized bird, a corvid, a pigeon? What would it be? If it was here in London, would most likely be a bloody pigeon. Oh, a starling. Oh, well, I'm glad that the starling is okay. So yeah, I just needed to you know, what's the word? Just clear my head. I'm very tired, I will warn you. So I might chat even more shit than usual. I might be even more incoherent than usual. I didn't sleep very well last Friday night. I went to bed quite late. I played D&D, and then I was doing some crafting whilst playing D&D because it helps me focus. And I hadn't finished my craft project by the time our session had finished, but I was like, I am going to finish this project. So I finished the project and then didn't have any downtime because it was already quite late. It was almost midnight, and that's late for me. And I was like, I'm just going to go to bed. And then I was still awake at 2 a.m. So that was fun, and wide awake by like 5:30. And then this morning, today, I was woken up at 4 a.m. by the police ringing our doorbell repeatedly. Like they must have just been pressing it, and it plays, my doorbell plays Under the Sea, and it's really loud. And the police officer must have just been repeatedly pressing the doorbell to wake us up. Bearing in mind, there are 3 other doorbells they could have pressed. We're on the top floor, so I have to get out of bed. I'm like, fuck, what the hell is that? I go down to the living room and I can see like police lights flashing. I'm like, fuck, what the hell? Open the window to look down because I live above a shop, so it's on a main road. There's a police car parked up, and there is a very dopey looking police officer. He's like, hi, is this Leabridge shelter? I'm like, sorry, what? He's like, is this Leabridge shelter? I'm like, no, this is a private residence. The shelter is that big building down the road next to the library. Like the shelter, which is, I think it's like a homeless shelter. It is huge and is right next to our library. You can't miss it. Why you would think a private residence above a shop in a parade of shops would be some. So I was really annoyed. He went, oh, really, really sorry to disturb you. And I just went, ugh, and like slammed the window shut, like fucking Bella. And so then all the adrenaline was going, and so I didn't get back to sleep. So yeah. Anyway, that was boring. Can people still see me? Because my I've got a message going across the top saying your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I'm sure someone would have said if they cannot see me. If they cannot see me. Well, I've just loaded up another website, so that's cool. Okay, so it must be fine. We'll see you just fine. Scott, bless you. Like and subscribe. You don't have to like and subscribe. I don't know if anyone is watching my video from yesterday. I spent a while doing a new intro, doing an actual like intro for my channel for the first time, like a grown-up, and an outro. And the intro has like tarot, witchcraft, whatever. And it was because I'm like, well, I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. But I realized it also sounded a bit flippant, which is like tarot, witchcraft, whatever. And I was like, do you know what? Leave it. It's fine. I've uploaded it now. I've saved it and done it. And then I did an outro and I put like and subscribe because I never say to people, I never ask people to like and subscribe because people know if they're on YouTube, they know that if they want to like your video, then they will like it. And if they want to subscribe, they will subscribe. Like, you don't need me to tell me. So put like and subscribe. And I was like, oh no, I don't know if I want to put that. So I just put in brackets, or don't, I'm not the boss of you. So I've gone a little bit professional, but not too professional because, you know, this is for funsies and I don't want people to take me too seriously at all. I don't take myself seriously at all. Linda's saying, favourite of all time city of Asheville. I met my, is that North Carolina? I've never been to North Carolina. A shelter next door to my work would make so much sense. Most of my customers that come into my library are experiencing homelessness. Yeah. You look very pretty, says Paula. Hello, Paula. Thank you. That was very kind of you to say. You have just glitched, but my internet wasn't happy this morning, so it could be my end. Love your hair today. Thank you. This is my messy bun thing going on, and I just stuck a flower in it. It's my hair needs washing because most of my hair's naturally curly, but the more I sort of tie it back and clip it up, the curl sort of drops out because I'm sort of fannying about with it all the time. And so this is my curls are all sort of dropped out and frizzy, so I just put it out the way. That's the benefit of having curly hair. You just chuck it up and like it just does its own thing. You don't have to worry about it being too neat. And that's, you know, now my hair's longer. My hair is like down to here. It's like nipple length. It's like, whoa. It'll be, yeah, on the 28th of this month, it'll be 2 years since I had my hair cut. Like at all. I forgot to like and subscribe to every. Oh, I forget. It says, oh, you like the reminders, Scott. Oh, okay, fair enough. I take it back. Hello, Tarot Toga Witchery. How you doing? Not seen you for a while. You're right with it. Jamie says, Kelly, the picture is so clear here. Your face is flawless today. It's because I've got my ring light like blaring at me, and I've got, you know, a bit of the old makeup's on because I was filming. And I was like, I don't go out anywhere anymore. So I do my hair and makeup a lot of the time if I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, because I try to treat it like a night out, like as if I was going out to play Dungeons and Dragons. I play it online to try and like help me feel like I'm still like getting out, getting dressed, going out somewhere, doing my makeup, doing my hair, you know. But I've sort of been feeling more and more down and less likely to sort of put a little bit of mascara and concealer and stuff on. It's like, no, let's just sort of spruce up, especially because I had not been sleeping particularly well the last 2 nights. So I was like, oh boy, what is that? All these like dark circles. So I has hid them. Might as well use my skills as a once professional makeup artist, because let's be honest, I've not been doing that for the last 2 years because of the panini. So Zane's just saying hi to everyone. Stunner says shorter. Thank you. I like to call it the smoke and mirrors effect. Making do with what you've got, right? Yeah, I don't really know what I was going to talk about, honestly, but I want to ask how are folk doing? How is your weekend going? Any new decks arrived this week or this weekend as well? Who was saying, did Scott say that he's not seen any of these decks? Joey, hello. Were your ears burning because it arrived? And I've done a walkthrough of it. I haven't edited the walkthrough or uploaded it yet. That'll be something I do next week. But I love it. I love it. My account was, oh no, I've changed my password to 2-step finger and more 5. Please do the same. Yeah, there are a lot of scammers around. It's really sucky. But I hope that now that's all sorted, Joey, that you're okay. How did you know that it was hacked, though, Joey? What was bad last night? What's a nice thing to do, Pamela? You've just picked up the Inner Child tarot to have a look. Oh, I've just realised I can't. I was clicking on it like I do with StreamYard, but I can't put it up on the screen. I've finally started getting slightly into the habit of clicking on the bloody comments, and they can't do it. Oh well. Oh, you received messages from a lot of people. What that you didn't know? Oh, dress up. Yeah, I've been trying to. Excuse me, what? I'm a lot more lax of it of late. There's the first like year or so of the pandemic, I was really good at making sure that I like, you know, when I'm playing D&D or having a Zoom catch up with people, I was like making the effort as if I was going out. And then as I got more and more like stressed and depressed, it was like, well, hi, I am here with no makeup in my pajamas, you know, playing D&D, which is fine. No one cares. It's just more for myself than anything, because I express myself through my appearance. It is a canvas for me as a creative person. A Kickstarter arrived on Friday. Some playing cards I forgot about. Weekend not very excited. Hubby working overtime loads. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Isabel. Which deck did you want me to hold up, Pamela? The vampire one. Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria. I think interdit means prohibited or forbidden or not allowed, verboten maybe. But, well, that's German, but you know what I mean. I think it's like, because I've said this in the intro to this walkthrough, that there's a Givenchy perfume with L'air interdit, which I think is like the forbidden, from what I remember. So okay, you made it. Hello. She's like, live. It is alive. It's It's not bunny rabbits is live. It is live. It's literally live. Lovely to see you. And then the other one, Pamela, was the tattoo tarot, ink and intuition. And then the third one is Cthulhu Dark Arts, and they are all pip decks. And I really like all of them. But yeah, I've been eyeing up some. I'm like, oh, that was it. I was going to say for my birthday, I'm eyeing up another like 2 or 3 decks. I've been eyeing up. I got distracted because I was talking about someone that was offering to do a trade for a couple of decks. And I was like, oh, God, I really want to say yes, but I need to be really restrained because I'm eyeing up the Orion's Animal Tarot, the mass market. Then there's the... been looking at the Hush Tarot. I really was not interested in that at all originally, and now I'm like, oh. And then Kelly Fitz has sort of sent me off on a thing again with those bloody, the herbery, bestiary and crystallery. I probably want to get the sets with the book and the decks. I wouldn't have to buy them separately and have the decks twice, but I'm like, oh, because there's that new Wild Wisdom Companion that Kelly over at the Truth in Story did a big walkthrough and showed how she uses it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want them as well now. I'm like on an Oracle Tarot kick. What the hell? Who am I? Oh, wow. He's doing some research with the AstraZeneca. Lots going on. Oh, Isabel. Tycoon, hello, lovely to see you. Where's Aquarius Owl? No, oh, Aquarius Owl, I'm so sorry. Are you're isolating at the moment? I hope that your symptoms are are bearable, are manageable, and they pass for you quickly. Bless you, that sucks. Oh dear, someone said, who else was someone else coming in? Just checking I'm up to date with oh, it was someone that was pretending to be Joey, Jamie. That was sucky. A person that comes on really late at night, apparently. Oh, no. Oh, God. But, yeah, let's all send some love to Aquarius Owl and hope that she's feeling better very quickly. Both of you vaxxed and boosted. So, yeah, hopefully you won't get it too bad. Stephanie! Oh, yeah. Stephanie popping in again. I was talking about decks that I've been eyeing up for some more decks that I'm eyeing up. I'm just going to see how much money I get for my birthday, but the Oak, Ash and Thorn, I might have to. I'll be late to the party because then everyone will be getting their bloody Oak, Ash and Embers. Laurie, hello Laurie, you're right. So yeah, there's a few decks that I want. So a couple of them are mass market. The Gentle Tarot I've been eyeing up. I need to email Beth Maiden and see if she knows anything about being able to stock the mini version, because I'd really like the mini version of the Gentle Tarot. Would do with the larger version, but I don't know, just something about the mini version. There's been some changes to the mini version. I saw I watched yesterday, actually, I watched Dawn Michelle's video of the mini version, a little preview of it from a few months ago. There's been some changes to the Lovers card and an extra card added, I think, maybe. I can't remember. Linda says, can you believe I have not bought a new deck in 2 years since I stopped working? I'm struggling here. I've decided to break down, but I want a really good one. Oh, bless you, Linda. Ugh. Yeah, it's difficult when you've got like through that's why I call 2020 my unintentional depth year, because I had the intentional one in 2019 and then 2020 because I wasn't working, because I kept hoping I'd be able to do some hair and makeup and I couldn't because COVID and I'm clinically vulnerable and I'm all up in people's faces and people can't wear a mask while I'm doing their makeup, obviously. And it just wasn't, the vaccine didn't exist yet, it was all very, so I didn't really work. And so I literally, I was so frustrated because my husband and I had been saving to get some structural work done to our flat. And my share of that savings that I had been saving, I had to use in 2020 to be able to pay my bills and my phone and bits and my share of food and all that stuff. We're a team, so yeah, it was really really sucky. So then I gradually saw those savings that I had worked really hard to save, as someone who works part-time anyway, was just like, but compared to, I'm very, very fortunate that I had that, so I at the end I was like, it would be churlish of me to complain, because all things considered, I was very, very fortunate. But yeah, it was just like seeing it dwindle away. It did mean that I didn't really buy any decks, I didn't buy any stationery, I didn't buy, just wasn't buying anything really. Yeah, it was difficult just not buying anything and not really going anywhere. I think I had a couple of like takeaways, like takeouts, and the odd thing, but not really. I've had a bit of overwhelm recently after realizing my collection has grown very fast, and I have several decks I've not had a chance to work with yet, trying to be more careful now. Yeah, I've spoken a lot about this in the past, about getting the overwhelm, and that's why the very lovely person that was like, I've got these 2 decks that you mentioned, would you like to trade? And I was like, well, because someone else has been mentioning another deck that I mentioned, that I was like, I may be on, and then there was other decks that I was thinking of picking up with birthday money in a couple of weeks. I was like, oh, that will be like, especially if I get those like Maya tolls, crystalry, herbery, bestiary, but like it'll be like 10 decks in the space of a month. I was like, I can't have that's just too many. I caved in and bought the Woodland Wardens Oracle. Oh, is it available, Stephanie, or did you pre-order it? Because I was looking for some more images of the cards and I couldn't see any, but I love Jessica Rue's work, and I think I follow her on my art Instagram channel. I really like her work. I know that she's illustrated. She's got that like herbal plant book and a bunch of other stuff. B, how you doing, B? But yeah, I didn't know that was available yet. I'm not sure, to be honest. I ordered it. I want WH Smith. Okay, mate. Oh no, but I don't think WH Smith do pre-orders though. So mate, oh yeah, it's interesting because there are some places, and I try to find a deck and they don't have it, but then good old WH Smith is stocking it, and I'm like, what? Our local WH Smith closed when there was a fire about 3 years ago, and it never returned in our local shopping mall, which is a shame because you'd love having a rummage in there. Get all sorts, stationery, notebooks, they had like books, sometimes tarot decks. Actually, that one was a small one. They sometimes had decks, but not often. Just making sure I've got everyone's. I don't know that one either. What are you asking? Is it a Pip deck, Scott, my dear? Which one was you talking about? Just trying to catch up. You're good. That's good, B. Glad to hear it. Hope you're having a nice weekend. You've pre-ordered. Oh, you can pre-order. Thanks for that, B. So you can. For those of you in the UK, you can pre-order from WHO. I had no idea. I thought it was only Amazon that would do pre-orders. I don't know why I thought that. I guess because I've only ever done anything pre-ordered off Amazon, unless it's like a Kickstarter type thing or something. Oh, that's good to know. It says pre-order to be released 12th of May. Oh, so it's still a few months off as well. That's what I thought. I thought it was like sort of mid to late spring. It looks really, really lovely. And I've also been looking at that Into the Lonely Wood Oracle. That was on WH Smith. That's really cute. What is happening to me? Oracle decks. What? Who am I? The one thing I've definitely learned as I get older is never say never, because I was like, oh, I'm not really into Oracle decks. And this year I'm like, I kind of want, like, there's a whole bunch of Oracle decks I want. And I used to say, oh, I'd never read Pip decks. Wow, I've got 3 Pip decks, 3 Pip decks in the post this week. Woodland Wardens is $11.99. That's a bargain. However, they had to cancel the pre-order for me once they couldn't get it installed. That's a shame. That's annoying. You're someone who definitely likes Oracle. Right. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is going on? The Earthly Souls and Spirits. Isn't that an Oracle deck? It was, yeah, it's an Oracle deck. That's what I thought. Deanne, hello there. How are you doing? It must be early. Always go, what time would it be for you? It's nearly 4, so like 11 in the morning for you on the Sunday morning. Have you looked at the Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle? I have, but it's never really. Can you get that? You can get that on like Printer Studio or Gamecraft or something, can't you? It doesn't really. It's never really been my bag. I follow the artist though. I like following her on the Instas. So if it's the one I'm thinking of. Deanne's taking a break from doing chores. Well, that's good. I did all my chores. Me and my husband, we did all the chores yesterday morning. We do like a Saturday, like house splits. We vacuum, we change the bed linen, we clean the bathroom, we do all that. Not to do a load of laundry. It all gets done. And then like by sort of midday or lunchtime on Saturday, we're like, oh, right, now we can just chill for the rest of the weekend. It's all done. They are bringing out Earthly Soul. Oh, they're bringing it out as mass market. Oh, I might have another look at it. But yeah, there's so many cool like Oracle decks that I've seen. I'm still not drawn to, you know, the ones that I tend to find a little overly fluffy and a bit I call them a bit plasticky, you know, the ones which were like really like digital faces of very beautiful slim women, usually white, and it's all a bit overly, and they're a bit like kind of, if not a bit, then very appropriative, and they're all like, a lot of them are like the Hay House ones. No, like if they're your thing, that's fine, but I always like joke that there's like a unicorn giving a fairy giving a unicorn a bath, and then there's like a keyword of like blessings or enchantment, and I'm like, what? You what? What am I doing with that? Although I think part of my like sudden like urge to like all the Oracle decks is Dawn Michelle over at Boho Tarot, because she does she shows like how she like works with Oracle decks with tarot, and she does this really cool spread where she'll have an Oracle card in the middle. I'm sure a bunch of you have seen it, and then she'll have like a tarot card at the side, and when she combine, like she reads them together, and like she makes it look so good. And like the other day she combined the Wanderers Tarot, which has a mass market release, which had completely passed me by, that came out last year, and the Sacred Destiny Oracle, which I would never usually look at twice because I'd just be like, not my bag. But when she put them with the deck, the tarot, like they just worked. Like how? Amazing. Let's see. I need to do my chores after this, says Kate. I procrastinated yesterday and had a me day. Do you know what? I do that as well. I'm like, I'll do it Sunday, and then I just blitz it on a Sunday instead. I call that a Cinderella Sunday. I spend before midday or before lunchtime, like before 12 or 1, I blitz the flat, and then the rest of the day is like chilling out, languishing, maybe get a takeaway, watching Netflix with the mister, you know, all that jazz. We had a few things left undone from the holidays. So yesterday we blitzed 2, but a bit more to do today. And I'm getting very waddly. Yeah, not long now, Deanne, for you. I've been plagued with headaches, migraines for a while now and have not kept up as usual. What with work, with cleaning. Yeah, do you know what? This is the thing. Cleaning is so thankless. It always needs doing. But there are certain things that I can't, like I can kind of be like, oh, I'll vacuum, like I'll leave it another few days, or you know what I mean, even with all the dog hair. But there are certain things where I'm like, I just have to, like, laundry needs doing, right? Because you need pants. And I mean pants in like the UK sense of pants, as in underpants, not the American version of pants, which is trousers here. You need pants and socks. You need trolleys and socks. At least, right? Well, I guess you don't. You could go commando. I guess. But in this weather, you know, you want to keep your bits warm, I guess. Some people, if you want to let it hang free, give you a floof of air it out. I don't know, whatever. Have to get going, says Scott. Thanks for the spontaneous chat. Okay, bye, Scott. Have a good one. Yes, mixing always works. So says I, says Deanne. Yes, that's true. I try to explain what an oracle deck is to my husband, but I'm never quite sure how to describe them. Like, I know, but I don't know at the same time. I know, right? I'm always like, they're basically a form of cartomancy, but they are a law unto themselves. Each one is different. Some have a system and some don't. There is no strict rules for them, whereas tarot is a system. Lenormand is a system. You know, even like if you're doing reading with playing cards, there's a different variations therein with each of those, but playing card cartomancy, there's a kind of a system, you know, whereas oracle cards are like, they're like the Lone Rangers of the cartomantic world, or something, I don't know, or some other such stupid analogy. I call pants knickers. I call them knickers as well, but the last time I said knickers, people were like, "What do you mean by knickers?" For like like a bunch of like Americans. I'm sure Americans know what knickers are, but I don't know, I like saying pants. I used to always say knickers when I was a kid because my mum always called them that. But like, well, don't get your knickers in a twist, you know. But I just like pants. I think the distinction is my everyday pants are like the M&S like multi-pack ones you know the ones I mean, right? And then and then my knickers are like the frilly, lacy, silky, like sexy ones. That's in my head. I think that's what I do. Like if I pull out a lacy pair, I'm like, they're knickers. They're like boy shorts, cotton, multi-pack, they're pants. Brains are weird. My daughter suffers from more daily migraines. Oh my goodness, that's horrendous, Linda. Have found when cleaning to spray the cloth. Oh, hang on, it's moving very quickly. Found dusting not the furniture because the smell of it. Yeah, do you know what, Linda? This is true. Like I would have migraines all the time. They're debilitating. People that don't have migraines often call them bad headaches. They're not bad headaches. They're actually a different thing is going on in your brain, right? When you're getting a headache to when you're getting a migraine, they're debilitating. And sometimes I don't have them very often anymore. Touch something. Why do I not have any real wood in my house? Superstition. Touch wood. I'm touching my dressing table, which is wood. I either grew out of them, or it was a combination of growing, because some people grow out of them. I started to suffer with them less as I turned 30 and went vegan. So, but I have the odd one here and there. But yeah, I'm very sensitive. All of my senses are very sensitive. So I'm very light sensitive. So even if it's quite a cloudy winter day, I still need to wear sunglasses. So I look like a twat because it's, cloudy, maybe even a bit drizzly, and I have to wear sunglasses because otherwise my eyes leak. They get all stingy and they water. It's really frustrating. I'm very sound sensitive, so different sounds can really like set my head off or make me anxious or like cause weird sensations through my body, but not like pleasant ones. But yes, smell is a really big one. So if I've been over the years like on the tube and someone's got on with really strong perfume or aftershave or deodorant or something, the smell will make me feel like I'm going to be sick. And certain smells of certain like soaps or shampoos, the smell can be so overpowering that I can feel nauseous and my head immediately starts to hurt. It's like this weird throbbing. Oh, it's the weirdest thing. Bodies are so strange, aren't they? Anyway, that was random, but I was just, I get that whole thing with the smell and the polish, especially. I know what you mean, because when my mum used to use polish, pledge polish that she would use on the furniture, that gave me a headache and made me feel nauseous. I remember. As an American, I hate the American word for knickers. What? Panties. Yeah, I don't like panties. Granny panties. There's everyone talking about underwear now, and they're called gitch. Oh, I've never heard that one in your hometown, Shauna. I love hearing different like youth nicknames for things, or youth like the Northerners have lots of good ones. Like trolleys is one of them. Grundies, undergrundies or grundies is another one. I think I've had this discussion before. Why do we always end up talking about underwear? Heather Foley, hello, lovely to see you. Deck Harlot, hello, knock your head, it's harder than wood, according to my late aunt. My mum would say that as well. She's not said it, I've not heard her say it for a while, but yeah, knock your head, it's harder than wood. Oh, I've not heard that for a while. Hey, Gerald, Tara Stash, you all right? Once I was put on a blood pressure meds, I haven't had one. Oh, that's interesting. For high or low blood pressure, because my blood pressure is very, very low, to the point when I've had my last two pre-op assessments, which have ended in not getting operations. I'm still waiting because COVID. Both nurses are like, your blood pressure is very low. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they're like, oh, have you had that checked out? And I'm like, no, the doctors have just always said I have low blood pressure. And they're like, you should probably ask them to actually check that out, because I get lightheaded and stuff, and I actually think I have POTS or like dysautonomia, which would link in with the fibromyalgia and the ME. It's all connected. It's all connected. I like my tidy whities. So tidy whities. I've not heard that one for a while either. Howdy everyone. I'm on my phone and doing chores. So tagging on the phone is a right pain in the bum, isn't it? My daughter's 27, has a rare autoimmune disease which causes so many different issues. Oh, bless her. I'm so sorry. It's so difficult living with like being immunocompromised. It's not the one, is it? But that's amazing that you are doing everything that you can for her, Linda. That's lovely. My mother smoked in the car. That gave me headaches. Oh, God, yeah. That's definitely one that gave me a headache. Isabel's sensitive to light and smells and loud sounds too. I can get a severe headache just walking through. Yeah, same, right? Weirdly, one of the stinkiest shops in the world on the high street here in the UK, at least, doesn't make my head hurt. Lush. I don't know what it is. If I walk through like a department store or a guy wearing too much fucking Lynx. Grown men should not be wearing Lynx. I think that's the UK equivalent of Axe body spray. And they all smell the same to me. I don't care what names they call them. They all smell the same. My head will hurt, but I can go in Lush and be in there for ages and be fine. What's that about? I get chemical sort of cleaners. Yes, he's Deanne as well. Yeah, see, I know what you mean. All the people doing chores, says Pamela. It's like, when else do I squeeze it in though, right? And I don't do it on my own. Me and my husband, we do it together. We're like double team, because otherwise, he lives here as well. So obviously we both do the work. He's walking Dr. Nomi at the moment. They were going to go for a nice long walk, he said. I too have an autoimmune, yes, Kay, as well, which can trigger my migraines, lots of other things. Big up to my fellow spoonies up here today. Yeah, headaches. I actually had a headache earlier today. I had to take 2 different types of painkillers and drink about 2 pints of water for it to bugger off. Lush too. I think it's because they use natural ingredients. They don't use all natural ingredients though. They're a little bit greenwashed, I think. But I do know what you mean. They're not so don't smell so chemically. A lot of their scents are more natural, and I think that is a huge part of it. Lush bath bombs for Christmas are as good as they hear. I used to love Lush bath bombs, but I tend to just shower these days. But yeah, they make your skin super soft. You're not complaining, Kay. This is a chronically ill and disabled safe zone. So if you need to have a rant or a moan, you're not moaning. You're just saying what it is like for you. You're allowed to. And who do we get to talk to about it otherwise? Because people just people who will understand as well that are in similar situations. Because it's rough, and people just assume that you're fine because you shoulder. People don't realize that you might be in huge amounts of pain, but because it's your daily pain, you just sort of push on through, or you're off your face on painkillers, which I've certainly done a few lives like that. But some days are better than others. Some days I feel almost normal. Today I feel fairly normal. There are other days where I need help to function. I cannot get up and down the stairs without help. I need to have my husband to help me. So yeah, it depends. For the most part, I'm not too bad at the moment, so that's good. It's like this chronic illness. It's not like this. It's more like this. Lush bar soaps. Karma by Lush. I used to wear one that they discontinued. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was like chocolate and vanilla or something. And now I wear cardamom and coffee. Oh, it's going to be really blown out. That's the one. But they used to have like, oh god, cardamom and coffee. Not much left of it. This is from, I've worn this about 10 times in the last 2 years. Sometimes I'll spritz it if I'm going out. If I'm going live if I'm playing D&D and I've got like a particularly fancy dress on for the evening and like cocktail ring or whatever, if I've gone really over the top, I'll be like, well, I'll spritz a bit of perfume, but I don't want to waste it because I want to save it for when I get to go back out into the world for reals. So anyway, that's the one I wear. Hello from Brazil. Hello. Is it Cilia or Cilia? Did you see the pre-order of Trionfi della Luna Illustrated? I did. I got the email, but I can't find any pic. I don't know if Patrick Valenza hasn't actually released any pictures, but I couldn't find any actual photos of what those illustrated pips would look like. And I would always say, I always argue with that, the idea that it's not illustrated, because a pip deck is still illustrated. A pip card that is a Marseille or whatever, it's still illustrated. It's just non-situational or non-scenic. So that's why I go with Tom Benjamin's description of calling them scenic. If a Smithwaite would be scenic pips or situational pips, because they're depicting a scene or a situation. Whereas a regular pip deck, that is still illustrated. Someone had to draw that. It might be better, but someone had to draw that. It's still an illustration. But yeah, but you know, it doesn't really matter that much. I know what people mean when they say that. But yeah. So I've got 3 videos to edit next week or over the next couple of weeks to put up, because I've got one that I pre-filmed earlier in the week that I've still not edited, and then the 2 that I filmed today. So the box bath ones were packed in starch-based shaped packing peanuts. Oh, star shapes! I too want to pack my orders. Yeah, I love that's so cute. I must track down a supplier who can do this. Yeah, and I love that they're like the starch ones. I remember about 10 years ago, I was having Christmas at my dad's, and my stepsister was there with my nephew. And he opened one of his presents and he's like, oh wow, and like playing with the toys, but he was really into like the starch peanuts, and he thought that they were Whatsits, the like cheese puff crisps, and he ate one. And she was like, oh my god, but it was fine because it's just starch. They're basically flavorless cheese puffs. But yeah, every time I think of those starch packing peanuts, I think of my nephew, like having to pull him away whilst he was grabbing at them, trying to eat them. Like, no, don't eat them. One, okay, but not more. I do have a perfume. My favorite is really expensive. I try not to wear it too often, but then it hangs around so long it goes off. Yeah, you don't want to waste it. Yeah, I'm wondering if this has gone off. It smells the same to me, though. I don't know how long most perfumes last. I've never really been one for like those like expensive like department store perfumes. I've always worn like essential oil blends or like Lush perfumes or stuff like that. The ones that don't smell too synthetic and overly like, you know, an old lady. It's snowing where Heather is. That sounds cool. Lush Dream Cream is great if you has eczema. I couldn't get on with that. It didn't really work for me. I guess it's just everyone's different, right? The different skin. On the high street, so romantic. Yeah. Oh, well, I haven't been on the high street for a long time, so I'm finding Lush Dream. We've seen that one. Just checking. I'm up to date. Packing peanuts. Perfume. Packing Whatsits. Yeah, they're totally Whatsits. What's a game changer, Shauna? Oh, you could film several videos at once and then edit later, right? Especially when I've got days where I've got a bit more energy, like today, and the time. Just do it. I can hear my husband's just got back with Dr. Nomi. It was Dr. Nomi's birthday yesterday. She was 9. 9. Well, we think she's that we call that her birthday. Her gotcha day is on the 15th of March. And they think she was about 8 years old. So 8 years, 8 weeks old. So we just sort of put it back to the 15th of January. Sorry, just a bit of my Olbus oil inhaler. So yeah. Let's see, I'm up to date. Bunny kisses, hello, lovely to see you. My favourite is Moon Fever by Memo Yum. Never heard of it, but I'm sure it's. What does it smell like? Is it sweet? Is it woody? Like I tend to like either very sort of. I vacillate between very sweet, vanilla-y, bakery, cocoa, cardamom, spice, and then and spices or things that are very sort of bergamot and citrusy and basil and all those kind of fresh. So I either want to smell like a lemon and basil cake or like a coffee, chocolate and cardamom cake. Spicy, woodsy, yeah. Nice. That sounds good. You should do that. Define it makes you feel good. What makes you feel good? So I'm going to buy a new bottle with it. Oh, okay. Wearing it every day. Why not? Why not indeed? My cat will be 6 this Thursday. I opted her from Rescue Org. Oh, and what's your cat's name? Bunny Kisses. Oh, why are animals so sweet? Oh, Shauna, thank you. Yeah, Dr. Nomi, 9 years old. And then, towards the end of the day, I was, stroking her tummy, and I burst out crying. And my husband was like, are you upset because you know that she's getting older? And I was like, yeah. And she probably won't be here in another 9 years, and these 9 years have gone really quickly, and I don't want her to go. And then I was just crying for 5 minutes. I was rubbing Nomi's tummy and her looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Joey says he's in a patchouli phase. It's like 60s London vibe. Yeah, like Carnaby Street or something. One of my all-time faves is Freedom by Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, see, I've never worn any of the main ones. I think I got a bottle of CK1 when I was about 16, and that was it. I've always forgotten to actually put perfume on most of the time. It wasn't until I really got into my 30s that I started wearing it. There's one really expensive perfume that I really, really like, and I would love it if I could get a bottle, but it's very expensive, and it's a Portrait of a Lady, and I can't remember who it's by, but I remember a bridal client had treated herself to a bottle for her wedding day, and she had brought it with her to the wedding suite where she was getting ready at a very expensive London hotel, the Langham Hotel, for anyone who's interested. It's a beautiful hotel. I'd always wanted to go in there, and I finally got to do a wedding in there several years ago, and I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. And then I saw what's his chops, Liam Hemsworth in there twice in the same morning. And he said hi. The second time he went, you all right? It's like, hi. Or as I like to call them, the lesser Hemsworths. If it had been Chris Hemsworth, I might have been a bit like but that perfume was stunning. And then I looked up how much a small bottle cost, and it was like £250 or something, and I was like, maybe not. Don't have that kind of money. I should have realized, considering the hotel that my bridal client was staying in. Jesus Christ. Oh. Heather liked opium. My mum used to wear opium in the 80s when she'd get a bottle for Christmas, because we didn't really have much money, but sometimes my grandma would save up and buy her a bottle at Christmas. Her former name was Chicken Nugget. Oh, please, I changed that even before I received it. She deserved better. CK1, the memories. Yeah, remember all those adverts as well. And my maid promised me that they won't pass away until I pass away. We made a pact. I did say that, but to Dr. Nami, but I think that means that I would have to pop my clogs a lot sooner. Bella is Bunny Kiss's kitty's name. cute. Bella donna. Or Bella Kitty, I should say, because Donna is woman. It's funny how you identify people by their fragrance. My dad is Fahrenheit by Dior. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, I've never had like a signature scent. Ooh, I'm just like knocking my doobly, my desk, my doobly. So yeah, but I've been live for 50 minutes chatting absolute bloody nonsense. But anyway, yeah, so I've got three new decks, was what I was going to say. I'm already eyeing up some other ones. I've got people offering to trade for stuff. I'm like, oh no, what have I done? I've opened the floodgates. It's very lovely of people, though, to be contacting me to offer trade. People are so sweet. But yeah, so I don't know whether I should do a walkthrough of this one as well, because I was like, well, there's probably loads of walkthroughs of this one, but this came out like 2 or 3 years, well, at least 3 years ago, I imagine, maybe 4, maybe 4, maybe. So there's probably not been as many recent ones, whereas I imagine there's probably been a few of this one. And then, you know, there's a couple of this one up there, up on the old YouTubes up here. So, but I thought I'd just do a walkthrough because, again, I would always used to do walkthroughs for me as much as for anyone else. So, because it sort of forces me to slow down and just look at each card because I'm showing it. Otherwise, I'm just like through the cards. But yeah, I'm really into this deck that Joey Luna had recommended. Do you have this deck, Joey, by the way, or did you just see it and go, oh, I think Kelly Bear would like that? So the cardstock's not particularly thick, but it's matte and it shuffles really nicely and it slips over it. So it's actually, I think if it was any thicker, it wouldn't shuffle as nicely. So yeah, I wanted to this deck. You will see in the walkthrough, but this is like so giving me Lost Boys vibes. And I find this is really wonderfully creepy because it's the Ace of Mirrors, which is the suit of cups in a traditional deck. But because she is a vampire, like, and she moves her mask away, you can't, she's not there. She's got no reflection. There's actually people of color in this vampire deck. And I say in my walkthrough that all the other vampire decks I've seen, mostly it seems to be just white people, and this has people of color in it because not all vampires or vampire hunters have to be pasty white people like myself. So I'm like, and it's got a mixture of like 18th century looking through to like modern or sort of 80s. Actually, there's some modern ones. Yeah, there's people. This woman looks really cool. And there's like extra cards that I don't understand. And I think titles have been changed. There's extra court cards. The lighting's really bad now because it's starting to get dark. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show. Oh, well, that's useless. That's no good. I don't understand how people make videos where we can all see what's going on. So yeah, there's the suit of silver, d'argent, which I imagine is silver because silver is dangerous for vampires. The miroir for mirrors, which is cups. The pew for stakes, I guess, because vampires. And then there's épée, which is just obviously just swords. But like, you know, we've got. Where is he? Where's he gone? I love this guy. He's on a ship. He's got a mirror. He's reflecting the constellations. He's got an amazing braided beard. Oh, it's not. Oh, my God. I thought it was his beard. It's not. It's the rope coming down from the thing. Teach me to look at things more closely. But yeah, you've got the Big Dipper, I believe, there. So yeah, it's really cool. It's different and fun and sexy and gothy, and yeah, it's got the Empress has been renamed the Collector, and she's got like hearts and brains and ears and eyeballs in jars. It's so great. The wheel has been changed to the Wheel of Possibilities. Because there's what even is time when you're a vampire, right? Because you're immortal, essentially. So there's this winding clock going on and on and on and on to represent this sort of immortality. It's so good. Look, we have like Asian Oh my God, like, and look at her outfit. Just, yes, this is the vampire deck that we needed. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's have a quick look up in the chat. And then I'll start to wind down. And then if I could do just 1 hour alive, that'd be pretty good for me, wouldn't it? I want to go spend some time with Nomi and my spouse, because I've just been filming videos and been busy today. We haven't had a chance to really chill out today together. So let's just check. Someone said they got Lord of Misrule. Kay said, oh, yeah, that's nice as well. Okay, I must have missed that originally. Am I up to date? Feels like finding the right scent is significant, and then the immediate disappointment. And just, yeah, right. That's always the way. That's happened to me twice before. I'm like, I have found my smells. There was one that smelled like Parma violets. It was called Street Side Violets and it smelled like a packet of Parma violets. And I was like, oh my God, I smell like a sweetie box. I love it. And then I used it for like 2 years, and then they discontinued it. And I was like, and then I got the Vanilla-y. That's it. It was called Vanilla-y, and it was like vanilla and something else, and cocoa, I think. And I wore that for a couple of years, and then they discontinued it. I'm like, can we just, what is going on here? Just keep, why? So yeah, I've sort of given up on this bloody signature scent. I called the baby in my belly chicken nugget yesterday, says Deanne, just randomly. I called Dr. Nomi Nugget. Back in the 80s, I wore poison, says Aquarius Owl. My mum wore fancy perfumes too. My dad gifted them to her, and I always messed in them. Yeah, nice one. That's a part of the fun of being a kid. It's like going to your mum's stuff and like, you know, getting in all the stuff. We can't wear perfume here. Almost every building is scent free. Oh, right. Yeah. Fair enough. Your school's are scent free, says Kay. Oh, interesting. What about deodorant, though? Can you wear deodorant? Oh, you first read the book in which it was based in French? I don't read French. Or in Portuguese? Is there an English translation? Because I didn't realize it was based on a book. That would be cool. When I worked, we had no scents policy too, because employees having said, yeah, see, this is the thing. I'm very sensitive to smells, like I said, and can very easily feel very nauseous and get a pounding headache within like 10 seconds of being. So I think that's also one of the reasons that I didn't really wear or get into perfumes, because so many of them just make my head hurt. So I was like, well, clearly I can't really, wear them. I just read Tarot Avatara this week. I rarely buy decks anymore. It was a Kickstarter from last year. Oh, just received. I love it. Anyone have it? I've not heard of it, but I'm glad that it was perfect timing after some stressful time at work for you. I'd love some kind of scent or free or similar in our office when we go back. I don't want people to not get, yeah. Well, when like some people just cover themselves and you're like, why? Oh, thank you, Kay. How's that for a video topic? Vampire decks. I only have this one vampire deck, but it could be for people that have loads of vampire decks. That would be good. All day Kelly life. What are you doing to me, Sean? No, and that's Kelly Fitz's thing when she would do her like tarot 24-hour tarot thing. Oh my goodness. It was a series of 3 books, I think. I have the French version. Don't know if they're translated yet. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'll have to hope that they are translated into English, because I don't think I could read a whole book in French, unfortunately. Tarot trainee. Hello. I mostly wear frankincense nowadays. Oh, lovely, Deanne. I use frankincense with bergamot and lavender and some other stuff when I'm trying to get rid of a headache. I use it on a hanky, the essential oils. That really helps clear my head and my sinuses. Anyway, you know what time it is. It's 59 minutes into my live. I'm going to be signing off, and I think I'm going to do a profound and profane reading, shall I? That's my new favourite thing. Is my Profound Profane reading. So, oh God, let's just do a little... Get the book out. Am I going to get the book out? Yeah, because like I said before, I haven't had this book before because I've never had the mass market before now. So it's quite cool seeing what Kim Krans had written, other because I've only got the large the indie version with just the little paper fold out. So it's really nice after having this deck for so many years to see like more what Kim Krans was thinking of, like the expansion of her thoughts on the images of the decks of the cards is what I mean. So yeah, let's do Profound and Profane. Oh, I've dropped some cards already. Let's put this down so we can see. Do 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 do. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble for singing animal magic. Okay. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Okay, just going to pop that aside. And then we get this chunky boy. And obviously the guidebook's hilarious, so I'm going to keep that out as well. Oh dear. Okay, so let's do the old dividing it up into different, just whatevers. You just got to just do whatever this one, because it is the arcane and just weird, nonsensical. So just do whatever. Do whatever. Oops. And divide it into 3. Put these, shuffle this, pick our card from this. Can't remember if I know it did. I was going to say I can't remember if this was edged in black or if I edged it, but this I remember now. This came completely edged in black already. Matte, lovely, sexy black matte. Matte black. Matte Black sounds like a name. Hi, I'm Matte Black. Magician, entrepreneur, douchebag. Yeah, so. Sorry to anyone who might actually be called Matte Black. Oh, God. Foot in mouth syndrome. I has it. Okay, right. Oh, I just love the feeling of this. It's rose petally, but without it being annoying. Ooh. Random clip art. Okay, let's put the camera back up. Okay, so I'm going to see what Kim Krans says about the Ace of Cups, because I've never seen what she says about the Ace of Cups before, like I said. So let's see. Oh, that was good. I've opened up on the 2 of Cups, so not far off. Let's see. Obviously, we know cups, water, emotions, fluidity. The aces are beginnings or seeds. Yeah, I should probably go just do a little bit of what I think. It's usually seen as quite a fortuitous card, depending on the reading. Quite a sort of abundance and overflowing. In the Smith way, we see the hand holding the cup out, and there's like the lotus, and the water is overflowing out of the cup, and it's all very fecund and abundant. And I sometimes think when you get the Ace of Cups, it can symbolize, depending on the reading, obviously the context is king. It can sometimes also be an overabundance of emotion, and obviously emotion isn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. You know, it could be an overabundance of anger, an overabundance of sadness, an overabundance of joy, like just this your cup runneth over essentially. So But I just want to see what we have here. Aces mark the beginning of exciting new phases. Since the suit of cups deals specifically with love and emotion, you're in for a real treat. Expect to enter a blissful time of health, joy, and friendship. A new love could be on the horizon. You may feel that you're making a whole new start. Just go with it and allow this feeling to revitalize your spirits. It feels a bit sort of fortune tellery, doesn't it? It feels a bit very sort of, obviously it's a small book, so it doesn't give you the nuance, and obviously again it depends on your question. This is a very open reading. It's just meant to be a silly fun reading. But yeah, for me what I'm getting is overabundance of an emotion. There's the cup running over and overflowing. Oh, it's interesting. Is this the same as the indie version? I don't remember if the blue background on the indie version. I can't bloody remember. But yeah, you've got almost like this, it's all blue, and then there's this yellow just above, a gradient just above the cup, which makes it look like there's something flowing up out of it. Almost on the, because the light's not great, it almost looks like little sparkles, like little stars, almost like magic escaping. And then this one is random clip art. So here we've got it really is we've got someone lifting weights, we've got a pumpkin, some scissors, we've got someone playing basketball, angel wings, comedy and tragedy masks, couple dancing. Is that a doll? Oh no, it's a salmon jumping upstream, all sorts of stuff. Someone with a big bag of money, a brain. To me, this feels very much, this feels like this is for me. This for me feels like these two together could feel very much like overwhelm. And I talk about overwhelm a lot. It's something that I suffer with a lot with my anxiety. But this overabundance, and you've got all these different like clip arts. There's too much going on. You know, when you're a kid and you like get stickers and like a sticker book, and you're like putting them all over the page, but there's no coherence and it's just a big hot mess. Or you get to start playing with clip art when you first get a hand on a computer and you're like trying them all out, and there's no cohesiveness. So I'm feeling like there's something to do with like overflowing, overwhelm, and like you know, too much stuff and a lack of cohesion. So where can you rein that in, that sort of overwhelm, that emotional overflowing, if you're feeling anxious, and how can you sort of pull that back and like just stick to one style of clip art, just stick to one icon, pick the one that is important. You could even do a sort of a divinatory thing here where you could pick the one that you're most drawn to. So maybe you could do that, are you more drawn to the scissors? Or like I'm saying scissors because the scissors was the thing that I was most drawn to out of this just now, which is interesting because I've got like 3 pairs of scissors right next to me in a pot because I use scissors all the time. I was using some scissors earlier today. I think we all use scissors quite often, but I use scissors to make my pouches and all my arts and crafts things. I've always used scissors. I use scissors as a pattern cutter because I was cutting out card and patterns all the time. So I'm drawn to the scissors. I even have scissors tattooed on me. Which can be like cutting out that overwhelm, cutting out that anxiety. Or I could do a thing where I close my eyes and run my finger over it and like stop somewhere on it, you know. So there's another way you can use the little clip art as divination as well. Or put the cards down and like throw some charms and find whatever those charms lie on. And oh my god, that's an interesting charm casting system that you could make, couldn't you? I've just had an interesting idea for a charm casting system. So I'm just going to write down, just had like a brainwave. Anyway, yeah. Nothing like a good workout to release the stress. It says bunny kisses. So you were saying that the good way to cut the stress and that overwhelm and that overflow is to work out. For me, it was just maybe just cutting it off, just like noping it, or just being creative to just work through it. Pumpkin for Stephanie. It's pumpkin, of course, is Stephanie. Maybe you need to enjoy a spooky film. Who else is brainwaves? I'm just going to go back up to through the chat just to check I've not missed anyone. But yes, that's your reading. Not so profane, this one, is it? But you know, the deck itself is kind of just fun and irreverent, and that's the point. So that's our profound and profane reading for today. And I'm just going to check I'm up to date. I'm just checking. Bunny kisses. Someone needs to tell the little old ladies that perfume is no longer a nice thing and tell them that it expires. They were the stuff they received 40 years ago and it's just rancid smell. Oh no. Thanks so much for this. We'll love a reading, says Deanne. Oh, you're welcome. Even if they are just meant to be just silly. And I think it was also part of the thing is sometimes because people go, you don't do readings in your videos or whatever. And I'm like, because I went through that real like losing my tarot mojo thing a couple of years ago. It really knocked my confidence and I became very self-conscious. And so a way out of that was just to use, you know, a deck that's really, really irreverent and fun and silly, and then it doesn't matter, right? It's just taking my headspace out of that overly thinky, self-conscious state and just going with it, which is what you should just do anyway, but having a fun deck, but then keeping it grounded by having a sensible actual like tarot deck as well. So it's like combining the two. I'm just going to see, I forgot to have a look at the look up the what they put in here for random clip art, because there are so many. There are 104 cards in here, and sometimes I won't see a card in a reading or a pull for ages because there's so many options to pull out. So I'm like, and they're really irreverent and silly. Where's random clip art? Why can't I find it? I wish they were numbered, but I guess that's part of the fun, is that they are just silly all over the store. I bet I've missed it. I've missed it. Random clip art, where are you? The names of these. Random clip art. There we go. I went straight past it. So I'll hold the card up while I read Evan Doherty's description or meaning here. Card 42, random clip art. It is often tempting to fall back on a cheap, ready-made library of solutions. But don't doubt your creative ingenuity. Create your own answers instead of relying on the convenience of cliches or whatever. Just use the cliches, especially if they are in the public domain. But that was a little bit about what I was talking about. There's too much. Just pick something. Be cohesive. Use your judgment, right? Use your discernment. So that was funny. And then we all picked one out, right? So, yeah. So, yeah. Super relaxing and energizing at the same time. I've been enjoying the Wild Unknown pocket decks, says Isabel. Isn't it cute? I love it more than like the standard size. I'm not super into the Arcane BS deck, but I love this card, says Tian. Hello, Alicia Jade. Lovely to see you. I'm signing off now, but thank you for popping in. Good card for casting on too. Oh, see, Deanne, we were on the same thing. I get overwhelming grocery stores. Too many choices, right, Heather? Maybe I missed half the conversation. I stepped out for a bit. I just did a profound and profane reading, Bunny Kisses, because I'm about to sign off. How many decks do I have? I don't know, Kay. I haven't counted for a while. Somewhere I guess somewhere between 120 and 150. Possibly. So yeah. I think I'm up to date with the chat. So yeah, so we still come in at under an hour and a half, so that's good in my book for me. I was talking to the screen when you said that. Oh, you love casting on cards. Yeah, the first time I saw that was Kelly Fitzgerald over at The Truth of the Story casting onto a 3-card reading, and I was like, oh, but I don't have a charm casting set. I know anyone who knows that I make deck pouches with charms on, and I don't have a charm casting kit. I'm working on it. It's because, like, for example, there's these charms. Like, I've got these charms, right? And I love them. Every pouch that I put out with this bee charm on, they sold really quickly because they're like enameled. The black and yellow is enameled, and people just love bees, right? Bees are just a really great symbol for people. Oh, I just realized the bottom of the box is honeycomb. Isn't that funny? And so I was like, well, I could put one of these bee charms aside, but I've only got one left now. And I'm like, oh, but I want to make a pouch, because I'm like, what colors can I put with this? Because the first one I did was black and yellow, because I was like, let's just do black and yellow. But I found some really fun combos using like pinks, purples, purple, lavender and yellow. I think Bee got my beautiful mauvey purple with yellow one, which was just my favorite bee pouch that I'd made. So then I'm like, I want to use it for a pouch. So I don't know. Yeah, see, Bee said I have that. Yeah, that was one of my favorite pouches I've made for a long time, Bee, and I just loved that. It was that lavendery mauvey coloured thread, and the ribbon, that glitter ribbon that's on that pouch, Bee. That was a new colour that I'd gotten from a different glitter ribbon provider or supplier. The other place that I get it off of, they don't have that color, but unfortunately the place that I got it from is more pricey. So it's something ridiculous, like 40 or 50 pence a meter more expensive. So it's like if I buy 2 meters, it costs me like £3 instead of £2 or whatever. Like, so I need to find like, and I'm not at a position where I can buy like really bulk wholesale amounts of ribbon, so I'm still beholden to having like quite a high price per meter still. It's really frustrating because my business is too small. So I don't know if I'll be like if I can find somewhere else that does it at a more reasonable price. But yeah, because I use at least a meter of ribbon in my pouches usually, so it all adds up into the components, doesn't it? This has been fun. Thank you again. Now I have to do chores. My headache's almost gone. Oh, I'm glad your headache's nearly gone. Well done. You've taken your pills. It's helped it go away. I don't know how listening to me has helped your headache though. Oh, don't worry about typing. I know what you mean when you're like, your brain's a bit fuzzy and you're all fingers and thumbs. Tea with Karen makes a really nice charm set. Yeah, I saw that, but it's expensive. I'm like, I can like make my own if I really want to. So, but I do like her set. I have seen it. Is it Tea with Karen I'm thinking of? Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. No, tell a lie. Tea with Karen, does she also do loads of Lenormand decks? I'm thinking of someone else that did that one, that really fancy charm set that Tom Benjamin had. I might be getting them mixed up. But yeah, it seems churlish to buy a charm set when I am staring at a box, like a storage unit of charms. So one of the things that I wanted to do this year was, as I buy charms in each time for pouches, if there's any that speak to me symbolically, I will pull one out and put it aside for my own personal charm set. And hopefully by the end of this year, I will have a charm set to show you all, hopefully. If I can get my words out. I need to wet my whistle. It's my mouth's dry. I've been chatting too much. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm going on and on and on. But I do have a stash, exactly, Deanne. But yeah, I hoping to get some of these videos, these walkthroughs and things edited. There's a tarot tag that I've also done earlier this week to edit. So there's some stuff coming down the pike. But I'm also doing research and development for the shop, so working on some stuff, and it's all very new stuff, so that's what I'm doing this week. Tomorrow is a fresh week, so I'll be beavering away on that as well. So I'll be trying to balance YouTube stuff with shop stuff. It's a real rabbit hole. Oh, Tony, you're right, my love. I'm exactly the same. I'm sure I have charms that I can use. Yeah, do it, Tony. It's good to build a charm that speaks to you. Exactly. We try not to go down that rabbit hole. It's the thing. There's so many different things. You're like runes, geomancy, charm casting, Lenormand, Kipper, Minchiati, Deste. Like and that's not even just getting to tarot, which in itself could be like a lifetime, just a lifetime of study. You could dedicate your life to just tarot. Too much. Twin pouch seems to be, yeah. The pattern's not quite right. I put a little bit of ease into it so that it can wrap around, but I put too much ease in, so I need to adjust the pattern and make another one. And it's like, it's a bit unwieldy to cut out and sew, because then it's like this massive thing that I have to like put together. But I'm doing some R&D. Any that are like not quite right, I just keep for myself. And I'm coming up with some really fun and exciting ideas for fastening and decorating the pouches. I'm super excited because now I also have my Sizzix fix shot as well. So I've got my die cutting machine. I've got some ideas that I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting the die cutting machine for like 4 or 5 years, and I finally got it for Christmas. So I'm like, yes, some of the things I've been wanting to do for a while will start to come to fruition. So, but I've got to like get my ass into gear and actually do the things as well. So, okay, Tiny Trinkets and Tarot is saying hi to B. Regina, oh, hello. I'm just about to sign out, but hello, listening and working. Candy, I'm just about to go. But lovely to see you. I'm just checking. I've got checked. I'm trying not to miss anyone's comments. I think I'm up to date. Lots of lavender tea and oils to navigate this Cancer moon needed, says Tony. Tarot stash. What's with the plane? Where are you going, Gerald? And essential oils. Get sprays, which is fun. I'd like to do some sewing projects. Yeah, sewing is fun. So hello to those of you that just like Regina and Candy, who just come in towards the end here. Delicia. Lovely to see you. What's the plane with the heart? Am I missing something? I'm confused. What does it mean? Is this like some kind of in thing, or is this like emoji speak that I'm just not understanding? A trip? What? I'll watch back. Thank you, Candy. Don't feel like you have to. This is a long ass video, and it's a lot of just waffle about twaddle. Waffle about twaddle. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've said that like 5 times in the last 25 minutes. Why am I like this? Anyway, I'm gonna go. It's lovely to see you all. See you all in the chat. And must fly. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, now that I think about it. Kim, hey, did I miss you coming in earlier? Waffle twaddle is the best thing. I used recycled wool blankets and sweaters to create my creatures and others. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I love using like recycled wool sweaters to make stuff. Like I put them in a hot wash and shrink them down so they felt, and then cut and use them to like make things like little hand mittens and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whether you are at the beginning or end of your Sunday, or maybe some of you might be in your Monday already, depending on where you may be. Thank you so much for joining me for this very impromptu, very waffly live. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Much love. And ciao.